French Connection, The Conversation, Superman. Gene Hackman has died at the age of 95.
Agents from the FBI did not expect what they found when they entered Gene Hackman's mansion. They were surprised to find what was hidden inside the property of the famous actor. Bodies of the Hollywood legend and his wife, Betsy, were discovered in their New Mexico home. Gene Hackman was always known for his roles, but his private life raised many questions. What might have been hidden for years? Was it an old mystery, a lost treasure, or something much darker? As more details come to light, people everywhere are left wondering, what was Gene Hackman really like when he wasn't in front of the cameras? Join us in this video as we uncover the details of the shocking discovery at Gene Hackman's mansion. A cloud of suspicion has formed around the deaths of two-time Academy Award-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, after their bodies were found in their large home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. At first, authorities said there were no signs of foul play, and early reports suggested carbon monoxide poisoning as the cause. However, in a surprising turn, investigators now call their deaths suspicious and have launched a full investigation. Two maintenance workers made the shocking discovery. According to the search warrant, they arrived at the property for routine work and found the front door open. Two more canines were seen running loose on the grounds. Even more doubts were generated by the fact that a deceased dog was found inside a crate, which baffled investigators. It was evident from the decay and mummification of Gene Hackman's and Betsy Arakawa's bodies that they had been dead for a long time before being discovered. Betsy Arakawa was found in the bathroom after authorities investigated the rest of the house. She was resting on the floor close to a countertop, where there were pills scattered and an open pill container. This sparked speculation: had she overdosed, experienced a medical emergency, or had something darker occurred? One experienced investigator found the situation strange, saying, "In no way is it adding up to me. I've handled thousands of death cases over my career, and it is an anomaly to have two people fall over dead at the same time without some major cause." When federal investigators arrived, they were reportedly stunned by the condition of the bodies. An insider close to the investigation described their reaction as one of pure shock, saying, "You expect to see bodies in this line of work, but this was something else entirely. The level of decomposition, it's almost like time had frozen inside that house." Some officials wondered how such a famous actor and his wife could go unnoticed for so long while their bodies deteriorated inside their home. Authorities believe the results of the autopsies will be key in understanding what really happened. Right now, they are considering all possibilities, including natural causes, accidents, or even homicide. Gene Hackman, who was 95 at the time of his death, was one of Hollywood's most well-known actors. He won Oscars for The French Connection and Unforgiven and played major roles in over 80 films. Many fans knew him as Lex Luthor in the Superman movies or from the Royal Tenenbaums. Film experts praised his ability to switch between drama, action, and comedy with ease. One historian said, "He was believable in action films, had depth in dramatic roles, and was really funny in movies like Get Shorty." His range was incredible. Hackman retired from acting in 2009, citing health concerns. His last appearance at an award show was in 2003 when he received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Golden Globes. In 2023, he was seen in public for the last time with his wife outside a restaurant in New Mexico. He looked frail, using a cane and holding onto his wife's arm for support. News of his passing sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Actress Gwyneth Paltrow, who worked with Hackman in the Royal Tenenbaums, posted a tribute on social media, sharing a photo of them together with a broken heart emoji. After the bodies were found, the New Mexico Gas Company was called in to check for gas leaks since carbon monoxide poisoning was an early theory. Investigators wanted to rule out any possible hazards. However, after inspecting all the gas lines, the company found no issues. The investigation is still ongoing as authorities continue to collect evidence and wait for autopsy and toxicology reports. Officials have assured the public that they will uncover the truth behind the mysterious and tragic deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. What really happened inside Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's home in their final days? Could the strange details surrounding their deaths reveal a deeper mystery? Let's find out the unanswered questions and theories surrounding the deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy. The bodies of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa showed signs of drying out, raising many questions about how long they had been there and what caused their deaths. Some believe it may have been natural causes, an accident, or something self-inflicted. Others wonder if something more unusual happened. When deputies arrived, they found the couple's front door open. This raised concerns about whether they had left it open themselves, possibly because they felt unwell, or if someone else had entered or left before the police arrived. Inside, Hackman was found in a small room near the back door. It looked as if he had fallen, as a cane and sunglasses were nearby. Arakawa was found in a bathroom on the other side of the house. A space heater had been knocked over, and pills were scattered on the counter next to an open prescription bottle. The house had 3 pets, 2 were still alive, but 1 was discovered dead in a crate. The survival of 2 dogs suggests that food or water was available for a while. However, the dog in the crate likely suffered from starvation and thirst, supporting the theory that the couple had been dead for days or even weeks. Experts state that prolonged exposure to warm, dry air can cause skin to become leathery or stiff. Since this typically takes a few days to weeks, it suggests the couple had been deceased for some time. It is unclear how warm or dry the house was, but the space heater near Arakawa suggests heating was in use, which could have sped up the process. However, without further testing, the exact time of death remains unknown. Authorities have ruled out carbon monoxide poisoning, as fire officials and gas company workers found no signs of a leak. The autopsy also confirmed this. There were no signs of forced entry, and neither of the bodies had clear injuries. Despite this, investigators are keeping all possibilities open. Some have speculated that one person may have taken the other's life before their own. However, there were no obvious signs of violence. In such cases, people often leave notes or arrange their surroundings in a specific way, which does not appear to have happened here. Another theory is that the couple chose to end their lives together, possibly due to health concerns. In such cases, people often take an overdose while lying next to each other, but since they were found in different rooms, this explanation does not fully make sense either. It is also possible that one of them died first, perhaps from a fall, illness, or overdose, and the other followed soon after, unable to cope. If Hackman fell in the mudroom, Arakawa may have found him and taken pills in distress. However, this remains unclear until test results confirm whether any substances were involved. Another possible cause could be environmental factors such as extreme dehydration or exposure to something harmful. Investigators are now looking into their medical history to see if either had health issues that could explain their sudden deaths. Since there are no clear answers yet, investigators are examining all possible clues. Tests on their bodies could take weeks or months. Police are also reviewing their phone records, emails, and medical visits to determine if anything unusual happened in the days before their deaths. Some have questioned whether another person may have been involved. While there were no signs of forced entry, the open door suggests someone may have been inside. It is unclear whether that person was a visitor, someone who discovered them earlier, or someone with harmful intentions. Right now, the cause of death remains unknown. Whether it was a tragic accident, a deliberate decision, or something else entirely remains to be seen. Until medical tests provide more answers, people will continue to wonder what really happened to Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa. Gene Hackman's daughter has spoken about his passing at 95, saying she believes carbon monoxide poisoning might have caused it. On Thursday, Elizabeth Gene Hackman told TMZ that she suspects toxic fumes may have been responsible for their deaths. A gas company has confirmed its involvement in the investigation. Leslie Ann Hackman, Gene Hackman's daughter, also spoke with the Daily Mail after her father's passing. She stated that despite his age, he was in excellent shape. She explained that there were no prior health concerns, leading her to suspect a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning. In her words, even at his age, he was in great shape. She also mentioned that he had not undergone any major surgeries before his death. Months before he passed, Leslie shared that her father enjoyed doing Pilates and yoga several times a week, which helped him stay healthy. She said that while his passing at 95 wasn't too surprising, Betsy Arakawa's death at 63 raised more questions. She described their marriage as very happy and said, "I believe Betsy played a big part in keeping him going." She talked about how much Betsy cared for him and always made sure he was doing well. Betsy took very good care of him and was always watching out for his health. Leslie said, "For that, I am really grateful to her, and I am very sad that she's gone." Elizabeth is one of Hackman's 3 children from his first marriage to Faye Malt. The two were married from 1956 until they divorced in 1986. Malt passed away in 2017. Hackman later married Betsy Arakawa in 1991. After leaving Hollywood, he kept a low profile and was hardly seen in public. He made a rare public visit to attend a comedy show in the same city. Gene Hackman's daughters, Elizabeth and Leslie, and his granddaughter, Annie, are heartbroken over his passing. With heavy hearts, we share the sad news of our father, Gene Hackman, and his wife Betsy's passing. While millions admired him for his incredible acting, to us he was simply Dad and Grandpa. His loss leaves an emptiness that words cannot fill, and we are truly devastated, said Elizabeth, Leslie, and Annie Hackman in a statement to People. Many well-known stars are also remembering Hackman's legacy, including Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman. Eastwood, who directed and acted alongside Hackman in the 1992 western Unforgiven, shared his thoughts. "No actor was more talented than Gene. His performances were always real and powerful, never anything less than perfect," he said in a statement on February 27. "More than that, he was a close friend, and I will miss him deeply," he added. The demise of actor Gene Hackman is still a shock to many. However, he did leave a legacy. How did Gene Hackman go from being an ordinary man to one of Hollywood's most respected actors, leaving behind a legacy that will be remembered for generations? Stay tuned for more on Gene Hackman's legendary career and unforgettable legacy. Hackman began his acting career at the renowned California Art School, Pasadena Playhouse. However, his peers didn't think well of him and even gave him the lowest chance of success. Hackman was not deterred. Rather, he was inspired to disprove their claims and demonstrate his true abilities. While at the Pasadena Playhouse, he became good friends with Dustin Hoffman, a famous Hollywood actor. At first, Hackman had a problem finding a job. Regardless of the numerous auditions, he was always turned down because of his acting skills and appearance. But he continued. Despite these difficulties, he kept working hard. He acted in theater productions, taking small roles, and he got better every day. When he was given simple roles in television shows and films, his efforts started to pay off. Lilith was his first film role, but Bonnie and Clyde was the one that really made him famous. His portrayal of Clyde's brother, Buck Barra, was powerful and poignant, and it came naturally to him. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor because of how well his performance was received. Because of this accomplishment, he was able to move beyond supporting roles and become known as one of Hollywood's rising stars. His portrayal of Popeye Doyle, a resolute police officer in William Friedkin's The French Connection in 1971, marked a significant turning point in his career. He was portrayed in the crime film as a tough but complex man who struggled with morality and danger. Hackman became one of Hollywood's most well-known figures after his outstanding performance earned him an Oscar for Best Actor. The picture was a big hit and had an impact on a lot of subsequent crime movies. Hackman became well known in the film industry as a result of this role. After The French Connection, Hackman continued taking on important roles. In 1974, he worked with director Francis Ford Coppola in The Conversation, playing Harry Cole, a surveillance expert dealing with guilt and loneliness. This role allowed Hackman to show deep emotions, and the film was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Critics praised his performance, calling it one of his best. During the 1970s, he starred in many other famous films, including Scarecrow, where he acted alongside Al Pacino. The movie told a touching story about friendship and loneliness, and the strong bond between the two actors made it even more powerful. In 1978, Hackman took on a completely different role by playing Lex Luthor in Superman opposite Christopher Reeve. He made the villain funny and clever, turning Luthor into one of the most unforgettable bad guys in movie history. This role showed that Hackman wasn't just good at serious characters. Gene Hackman could entertain audiences with humor and charm, but as his career reached incredible heights, he continued to take on unforgettable roles. However, behind the scenes, the demands of his work and the passage of time may have begun to take a toll on his health. In a busy year where he acted in the 1990 films Loose Cannons, Postcards from the Edge, and Narrow Margin, Hackman also underwent a medical procedure to prevent a heart attack. At the age of 60, he had an angioplasty, a procedure where a small balloon-like tube was inserted to clear a blocked artery near his heart. This was reported by United Press International in 1990. "We treated him just in time," said Dr. Herbert Samler to UPI. "Luckily, the blockage was in a spot where we could easily reach it with a balloon catheter and open it up." Hackman had been experiencing chest pains that spread down one of his arms while he was on a trip to Oregon. According to UPI, doctors stated he was just hours away from suffering a heart attack. Dr. Samler also mentioned that Hackman had never had heart problems before and that the blocked artery was simply due to aging. In a 2004 interview with talk show host Larry King on CNN, Hackman spoke about the procedure. When King asked if he had been scared, Hackman replied, "No, not really. I didn't fully understand how serious it was at the time, so I guess that's why." He added, "It all happened very fast. I went in and came out the same day." King then asked if he feared for his health. Hackman responded, "I try to take care of myself. I don't have many fears. I think we all worry about dying, especially as we grow older. My main concern is making sure my wife and family are provided for. Other than that, I don't have a lot of fears." In a 2009 interview with Empire, Hackman revealed that his health was a major reason he left acting. "The doctor told me my heart wasn't in the right condition to handle stress," he shared. In retirement, he found joy in writing, fishing, painting, and watching budget films with his wife in New Mexico. He co-wrote 3 historical fiction books with archaeologist Daniel Lanahan and also wrote Western and crime novels on his own. "Writing has a different kind of pressure," he explained. "It's something you can control because you're alone, instead of having a whole film crew waiting for you to perform." Aside from heart issues, Hackman also had an accident in 2012 when he was hit by a car while riding his bike in Isla Mirada, Florida. The Florida Highway Patrol told CNN that Hackman, who was 81 at the time, was not wearing a helmet when a pickup truck hit the back of his bicycle. He was flown to a trauma center in Miami. Hackman's spokeswoman later told Reuters that the truck only lightly hit him and that the reason he was flown to the hospital was that he was on an island. She added that he had just a few minor bumps and bruises and was released after a few days. Do you think the death of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa was of natural causes? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.